Guys, you are now watching a clip from the Fellas podcast. You can listen to the full podcast exclusively on Spotify for free. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed, and follow the podcast.
I don't want to be an investment banker or whatever I wanted to be before, because when I did work experience, I was like, this is so shit.
Really?
I've met the most tired people. Honestly, you know when you cut open a tree and you can count the rings to see how old it is?
Yeah.
You can count the bags under these people's eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Like one for every year. They're so tired and they just look depressed. And you get good money, but there's no point having any money if you're having breakfast, lunch and dinner on the job.
Yeah.
So that kind of, I don't want to do that. And I like making TikToks, but I will say, and I fully believe this, that no TikToker actually wants to be a TikToker.
Really?
Every single TikToker I've met would rather be something else, including me.
Like what?
I want to be a rock star, bro. Fuck being a TikToker.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean, like you can say that about me, like, oh, I wish I was a fucking like billionaire, fucking porn.
No, but so before I started TikTok, I went to music college for a year.
Yeah.
And I was extremely unsuccessful. Thing about being... thing about doing music, right, is it's not only being good, you have to be lucky. Mm-hmm. I've met a lot of incredibly talented people who are never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Just because they're not going to get lucky. You just have to be like that. And, you know, there's some fairly embarrassing videos of me playing music out there on the internet if you want to find them. I'm whatever.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
What were you doing? Playing guitar or?
Yeah, play guitar,
singing?
piano, singing. I did a songwriting course.
Okay.
So that's what I was up to. And I'd still much rather be doing that than TikTok. But oh yeah, there it is.
Here we go.
There it is, baby.
Yeah, fucking wheel this shit.
How have you found this?
Wipe the headphones on then.
I
Yeah,
respect
let me
that you've kept
listen.
it up if you say it's that bad. but-
It's
So would you say you're quite music? Well, we're about to find out if you're talented or not. But
I haven't watched this since I put that up there.
and how old are you in this?
18.
So you know, I could see you in a pub in London. You know, you are a
You know what? It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
mate. This is way better than I was expecting. I was teeing myself up for a really good joke there, but unfortunately, it's not going to land because it's actually pretty fucking good.
Play the Liam Gallagher one. I want to see it.
I want to see it. Just no.
This reminds me of a friend I called Ryan. He used to get paid $5 a show.
How's he
You
doing?
have the beer and that is it.
Oh, here we go.
If we're going out, we're going to
still
go out.
do
We're
it.
going to have
This
100,
is
you
so
know what I
true,
mean?
by the way. This.
Maybe I just want a pint. Bottle of Bud Light. Can you pour it perfectly? Hold it 45 degrees.
Oh man, why don't you just put this sort of shit on your main TikTok page? I think it would go
it's
down
coming
well.
back. It's coming back.
Yeah.
See,
I was gonna say this would be good.
I'd much rather do this than TikTok. That's what I mean.
Incorporated this for your current style of
I
comedy.
reckon you could have a double winner there.
The problem is because we have had over a decade of stinker music from,
I agree.
going all the way back to Friday through, some of the classics. We're heading It's Everyday Bro.
Yeah. I mean, some real vintage pieces. Though.
Some real vintage. Obviously, we've had some absolute heaters as well.
Yeah.
The Road to Shore diss track is obviously one of
Hey,
the
man,
all-time.
that's not one to be missed.
One of the all-time-
Produced by FIFA Monster as well. So like,
Who was it?
Legend of the Game, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about him on my drive.
We
to the
wheeled
golf
that
course
one
this
out
morning.
in Australia, didn't we? Went off.
Yeah, we did actually. That one went down.
Let's not forget, by the way, I think it's an underrated and forgotten song. No Sleep, KSI, Sway.
I mean, some people would put that as a
Wow,
number one
forgot about
KSI
That's the
song.
best YouTube song I've ever heard, bro. That is fire.
Yeah. No, I would. I think there's a few of the boys that would actually put that as their number one. KSI.
I think it's just underappreciated because Lambo was such a big hit.
it was. I mean, wait, what are you staring at for?
Fucking
So how
4.7%, by the way. It is a 5.
So you obviously know about YouTube and YouTube related stuff. Have you
Yeah,
ever thought about getting into it yourself?
I've never really just been interested in being a YouTuber. The only reason I would do it is for financial reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
And even then, it's
I like
not
the honesty.
actually as
I
good
like
as
the
people
honesty.
probably think.
Yeah.
Unless you're actually maybe in like the top like 10 or maybe not even that, maybe 5%.
Yeah. The only reason I would do it is just for extra finances, but I don't want to be a YouTuber particularly. Yeah.
So what is it? So you've said all this, but so you don't actually know what you want to do then yet?
No, I want
wanna
to do
do
that.
You want to be
This
a
is it, yeah.
songwriter.
And if we get back to the stigma point I was making about earlier, because we've had shit music, obviously it's come around in the past few years. I think Joji is the most successful kind of
him.
Filthy Frank turned into that.
Unbelievable.
Makes bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've cried to Glimpse of Us more than I can care to admit.
Yeah, he's sick.
But like, so I think it's coming around. But the thing is, if it's not at just an unbelievably high standard, people are just going to immediately judge it, write it off.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those things when I'm taking a year off from uni, starting in June, to try and do this thing full time, see if we can make it work. And when I have that free time, then
this is coming back. I think that's good. Did you know, by the way, just as a little side note, I'm pretty sure Joji actually has a condition where when he's stressed or it's like overly stressed, it induces seizures. And so it's one of the, double check that, but I'm pretty sure. And to people who don't know, this guy's Filthy Frank. He's the Harlem Shake goat. Like, here you go. What else? Joji has a vocal about, the singer has an underclothes, neurological disorder, and is even open about, stress-induced seizures.
Yeah.
So, I mean, could you fucking imagine that? Like, imagine just like, let's say you're going to go play a live show or something. You're stressed, you're anxious about the live show, and it actually induces a fucking seizure. Like, I think it's even more credit to his success.
That is incredible. If he's had to battle through that.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I didn't realize how big this guy was. I saw him at a festival in Indonesia.
Let's take it easy when you say this guy. Like, this is Joji. This is
okay. 2019, and it was a sellout festival. And
you don't know that, Chip. Honestly, that's really poor form.
I don't know about this Joji stuff though.
Yeah, but you know who Filthy Frank is.
I know the name, Filthy Frank. But that reminds me of Talk to Frank, the drug thing.
It hasn't got anything to do with that.
Okay.
Sadly not.
So he's a singer, but he was a YouTuber.
He was a YouTuber. So he's been a few that he was Pink Man as well.
His singing name is Joji, and his YouTube name was Filthy Frank.
Surely you recognize this meme, Chip.
Chip, come on, man.
Not really. Sometimes there are certain, my YouTube knowledge goes deep, but sometimes there's some things I just know fuck all about.
Yeah, but this guy created the Harlem Shake.
I can't lie and say that I was a big Harlem Shake guy. I wasn't doing that.
No, but how could you have been on the internet and not have been a Harlem Shake?
I was 11 when the Harlem Shake came out. I cannot even express to you how much of a big thing this was.
It's one of those things like sometimes it'll be a massive meme, but you don't always know where it originates from. It'll be like that.
You know what? I think the Harlem Shake is one of the reasons why JJ got to where he was as well.
Really?
Because that Harlem Shake
was Harlem Shake
took him into like a more mainstream.
I think I remember that.
I think that was even before I started watching JJ.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
He did the competition. Is that what we're talking about here, where he made everyone Harlem Shake, or am I thinking?
Maybe, yeah. I think he did have a competition or something like that. But yeah, man. I mean, the Harlem Shake itself, there's been a few. What other big trend that you had, the ALS bucket challenge? I did that, but then I was thinking, did I even do anything? Like, was that just a little... Yeah, like how can you not like this is YouTube heritage.
I wonder
how is he wanking in front of his parents?
Color grade is nuts.
I need to know if he's actually
I remember watching these videos back in the day and thinking, I wish my relationship with my parents was as chill as this.
Yeah. Well, as we later found out, it's not quite as chill as it looked here, and he might have been beaten after this. So,
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, it was in the documentary, wasn't it?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.